Good morning. It is hump day, and now we get to the rainy weather that we were supposed to have during the week. I was wondering where that was. But in any case, yeah, I knew it was going to rain this week, but it sort of kept, like, is it going to happen now? Is it going to happen now? Well, technically it happened yesterday around in the afternoon, but, it kept going on and off last night. Funny enough, it actually sort of was going on and off when I was working out this morning, which, luckily, since I do wear sweats when I work out, my iPod was safe, nice and dry in my pocket, so that was always nice. And, yeah, so with that said, how about we get into the official morning announcements? Just so you know, Tony R's will be closing on the 27th, so try to go now if you haven't already. I know it sounds silly that I am sort of, repeating essentially what I just said yesterday, but on a serious note though, Tony R's is great. If you've never been, you should try and go. Go now, or if those of you who have been there and want to go one more time before it closes, I highly recommend you do it now, or, forever wish you had. So, yes, I am being I know I may be saying this nonchalantly, but I really am being serious about this. The Tony R's really is as good as, I made it out to be. And just like with Libs and Moretti's, I lost sleep trying to wonder to myself, how did Tony R's accomplish the feat they did? So, yes, it really is that good. I am so happy I gave it GOAT status. So, there we go. Now we get into the real business, which is my thoughts on last night's episode of America's Got Talent and Amphibia. I'll quickly do America's Got Talent first, just because I get what they're doing. Like, there's 18 acts. Well, there's actually 36 acts altogether. But they're doing 2 sets of 18 for the next 2 weeks. And only 7 from each are moving on. So more than 50% are getting eliminated. And I find it odd because there were definitely several acts that I saw that, like, I do not remember watching in the auditions, like, at all. Unless they were on during that week, I went to go see Spider-Man Far From Home, which, that's definitely a possibility. There was one week I wasn't able to talk about my thoughts on America's Got Talent because, again, I saw Spider-Man Far From Home instead, which, I'm just saying right now, it definitely was worth it. But, I digress. So, of the acts that, there were definitely plenty of acts I do remember seeing, like the circle wheel acrobat guy, a couple of the choir, so the Mentalists, a couple comedians. So there were people I do remember seeing. But again, because they have like so many acts out of 18 to get through, even in the span of 2 hours, you can't get through 18 acts. Because they literally do, because for the auditions, they do like an act, then commercial, rinse, repeat until, we get to the end of the, 2 hour mark. So, there's that. Also, we get to, of the 18 people who did perform, only 7 were able to move on. But the one who danced immediately, got the golden buzzer, was actually a Sophie Pecor. And she was actually someone I have seen before online. Because I once saw her doing a cover of a Billie Eilish song, which, I do like Billie Eilish. Her music's pretty cool. And, Sophie Pecor has her own YouTube channel. And she was able to, do a cover of that. And she did well on America's Got Talent in the auditions. And, she was able to move Brad Paisley, the guest judge, so much that, she got the golden buzzer, so that's really cool. Acts that also moved on were the youth choir from Detroit, I believe. The acrobat trio, those guys are awesome. The Chris Clafford, the singer and guitarist, he was awesome. That drill dance team who keep doing a great job of impressing Gabrielle Union and Julianne Hough for that matter. For whatever reason, Simon is not impressed by them. Like, no, not Simon, Howie. Howie is the one who is not impressed by the dance team. Simon loves them, so I really have no idea what the problem is. So there's the beatboxing group, which is someone who actually dabbled a little in beatboxing in high school. You know, I approve. And Lucas and Falco, the dog act. Oh, they were so cute. So, yes. All seven of those acts moved on, including the Golden Buzzer one. You know, cannot wait to see what happens, you know, next week. And with that taken care of and out of the way, how about we get into the real meat and potatoes of this video, the important stuff, and that is the newest episode of Amphibia. So this is Amphibia episode 18, the Big Bug Ball Game. Try saying that 10 times fast. And Combat Camp. So, in the first half, the town is having like a harvest festival, but there's like a big sort of, it's essentially basketball. That's what it is what they're playing. But they don't really go out and, you know, say it. And they always have a game between the farmers, which is usually what the players are on, and the townies, which includes like the mayor and other people. And there was actually one really funny thing they did was they got pro bug ball player Frog Jordan, who okay, it's supposed to be Michael Jordan, but you get the idea. And it's actually really cool because he was voiced by Diedrich Bader. Yeah, the Diedrich Bader, though. I love Diedrich Bader. Diedrich Bader is awesome. But for my money, the best vocal Diedrich Bader performance is and always will be Batman. Yes, Diedrich Bader at one point was the voice of Batman. In fact, my highest recommendation for watching anything Batman, the Brave and the Bold, watch The Chill of the Night, or In the Chill of the Night. Because if you ever had any doubts that Diedrich Bader cannot be the voice of Batman, that episode will prove you wrong. Granted, it technically jumped the shark, but boy, that was a good episode. Nearly had me in tears, that episode was so good. But I'm not talking about Batman, I'm talking about Amphibia. Anyway, so basically Anne starts playing bug ball, but it turns out she's really good. But, you know, she's so good, she essentially becomes a ball hog. And she keeps saying that, you know, I was always good at individual sports like, you know, tennis because, you know, it was just me. I'm not really good with, you know, playing on a team. Which, you know, it makes sense. I mean, it's not that she's selfish or anything. It's just, you know, some people are good at different sports and some of those sports just happen to, you know, involve, you know, an individual. I mean, I can sort of relate. I mean, as someone who wrestled in high school, you know, I can say that when I was out in the mat, it was just me and my opponent. Or if it was practice, you know, my sparring partner. So I can definitely relate to that. Or if I was running cross country even, or track, or I was ever in a race, you know, I mean, technically there were other people on my team who were running with me, but, you know, my performance dictated based on how I did. So really it was, you know, just me. But, you know, I did play football and, you know, I played, I played team sports in my youth, like baseball and soccer. So, you know, I get the idea as to how, there's no I in team and stuff like that. So, basically, the funniest thing that happened was, at the end of the bug ball game, when they win, they dump essentially, Buggerade or Gatorade, which is basically Gatorade, but it has bugs in it, which... Earlier Anne drinks, and she takes a look and she's like, bleh. And then, at the very end, they dump that very drink on her, and then she's like covered in bugs, and she's like, there's bugs on me. So then all the frogs, like use their tongues with the bugs off, and she's like, oh, this is worse. So, yes, it was actually quite a fun episode. And, the second episode is, Combat Camp, which... They do a certain fourth wall joke where in the beginning of Combat Camp, Hop Pop's like, have you not, I mean, it's like we do like 2 adventures a week or whatever, which sort of is essentially a fourth wall joke, but a good fourth wall joke. A very clever one, actually. I like that. So, Hot Pop has to go to like some sort of convention. And so Anne, Sprig, and Polly are at this essentially daycare run by this one guy named Trinitoro, who is essentially supposed to look like Inigo Montoya from The Princess Bride, which, hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Yes, he looks exactly like that guy. And basically, Trinitoro is, teaching them how to, be fighters in combat and stuff like that, which is really cool, but it turns out it's sort of a, secret sort of plan to use the children to sneak a jewelry off of a train robbery or stuff like that. So that was really cool. And basically she's pushing Anne to, do well, but, Anne's like, why are you pushing me so hard? Why are you giving me so much flack? And then, Trinitoro's like, listen, I only do that because I feel I have a lot of potential. See, the main backbone of this episode is back on Earth, Anne does not really get along well with her teachers. So, she doesn't really trust this guy either. But, Trinitoro, basically, even though the episode ends with Trinitoro getting arrested for, forcing these kids to steal jewelry off of a train, essentially forcing a train robbery, Anne actually says that, he might have been a creep for making us do that, but he actually saw that I had potential in me. So, yes, it's definitely a good lesson for kids because you're going to find some people who really aren't the nicest to you. Or you're going to find people who, really push you hard, will give you flack for even the tiniest little thing, and, will, make you feel bad at times. But in the end, there is likely a reason for it, and that's 99% of the time it's because they really do care. In fact, full disclosure, hold on, let me see if I can find it since I just thought about it. Oh, darn it folded up. I'm so sorry. But, yes. If you guys recall, this is the 16 of the right. These are the coaches that, inspired me to, work hard and push me every day, and I wrote their initials as a way to remember them. But it was a CG, the very top one right here. He was actually he was my coach for cross country at Trinity Polling. And if anyone remembers him, he was a yeller. A very loud yeller. But he actually really did care. So I didn't really mind it. Plus, he actually walked up to me one time and he's like, I know I yell a lot, but know that I'm not referring to solely you. In fact, you've actually done a really good job of, working hard, and I love that. So, yes, people are going to push you hard in life. But they do that because they want to see you succeed, they want to see you do well, and, in a way, it's kind of like how I want, Amphibia to succeed as a show. And honestly, I think I'm glad I did. I'm glad I gave it a chance. Just like at the end of the episode, Anne will give teachers a chance when she gets back home. So, yes, this was a really good episode. Loved it. 2 more episodes until the season finale, literally tomorrow. So, man, I hope how do I say this? I predict that this season is going to end sort of on a cliffhanger. Kind of like, Avatar The Last Airbender Season 2 or Book 2. And we'll probably have to wait a whole year before, we get to, the new season. But I'm okay with that. I am. I think we're going to get, I can live with this because hopefully as long as it doesn't leave me, feeling sad or mad or the fact that I have to wait another year, a whole year or whatever, I'm okay with it. Honestly, I think, I'm really glad I stuck with watching Amphibia. I'm really glad I was able to talk about it with you guys. And again, here's the hoping that we don't have to wait a whole nother year until the next season. So that's all I have to say about that. So like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications. Follow me on the social media platforms. Y'all know where to find me. I am very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I am hopeful that we all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful hump day. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices. Like preparing for the fact that Binging with Babish is going to be the newest Yes on Hat Ones tomorrow. You think I'd forget about that? Take care.